And now he goes on bussing with the boys and says, basically, Coach Mangini was right the entire time that there was a lack of focus while he prepared for the year.
I thought he was talking about that he was maybe worn down by it.
Gather round for the ultimate mix of football drama, music royalty, and a twist that even Taylor Swift's latest breakup anthem wouldn't have seen coming. So remember when rumors were flying faster than Mbappe on a counterattack that Barcelona's next El Clasico jersey might be blessed by the Taylor Swift? Yep, Swifties were already visualizing Tay's glittery logo smack in the middle of Barca's chest, probably manifesting a montage of slow-mo goals and friendship bracelets. But plot twist, it's not happening. Nope, our girl didn't make the final Spotify cut. Travis Scott, though, that's a vibe. The man showed up in Cannes wearing a skirt and Jordans. He's already in his fashion-forward football influencer era. Now his logo is going to be plastered across Barcelona kits while they go cleat-to-cleat with Real Madrid. If this isn't peak pop culture crossover, I don't know what is. And listen, this isn't Travis's first brush with football threads. He's joining a pretty stacked music lineup. Drake's been there, Coldplay's been there, even the Rolling Stones got a slice. But here's the kicker. Coldplay brought serious luck. Barça wiped the Bernabeu clean with a 4-0 win earlier while wearing their logo. And speaking of wins, let's talk about this absolute fever dream of a tribute someone cooked up for Taylor Swift, because she just got immortalized in 7,000 plastic cats. Not kidding. A whole mosaic made entirely of mini felines, which honestly feels like the ultimate Swifty fever dream meets Hobby Lobby explosion. This wasn't just your average arts and crafts moment either. We're talking months of casting tiny cat molds by hand, assembling them like some high-stakes Lego situation, and voila, it's Taylor's face, Purrfection. The artist behind the madness? A guy named Kevin, who decided aerospace was just too boring and swapped jet fuel for hot glue and resin. Respect! This man's done portraits for Messi, Mike Tyson, and now Taylor, with plastic cats because apparently nothing screams pop icon like a 2D avalanche of Garfield lookalikes. He even made Mona Lisa out of prescription pills and a Birkin bag piece using mini Birkins because, why not? If Picasso had a TikTok account, this is what he'd be doing, except with less cubism and more cats. Oh, and don't sleep on the gummy bear lamp he made. 15,000 bears lighting up a room like it's a rave hosted by iCarly. Kevin's work sells for anywhere from treat-yourself money to sell a kidney prices, and he's saying he just wants to evoke emotion. Mission accomplished, Kevin. We're laughing, crying, and now wondering if we can get a custom Dua Lipa portrait made of tiny stilettos. Apparently the Taylor portrait is blowing up online, racking up almost 1 million views, and Kevin's hoping Tay's seen it. Bro probably manifested a Spotify wrapped entirely of midnights while hand-gluing whiskers. Meanwhile, on an entirely different kind of stage, Broadway's got a new villain, and no, it's not someone stealing Eras Tour tickets. A rising theater queen has been raising eyebrows and cheekbones as she dramatically insists that Taylor Swift herself needs to haul her glittery boots to NYC and witness the drama firsthand. Not because she's got front row FOMO, but because this play, John Proctor is the villain, is apparently so laced with Swifty energy, it might as well come with friendship bracelets and a warning label for emotional whiplash. Insiders swear the show's basically an AP Lit class with bonus pop culture seasoning. Think Arthur Miller's The Crucible, but with teenage angst, feminist mic drops, and actual Swift lyrics sneakily wove in like Easter eggs for the emotionally self-aware. The star of the show, Fina Straza, is giving main character energy. So hard, she bagged herself a Tony nod, which, let's be honest, is the Broadway version of a Grammy, but with more monologues and fewer sequins. Straza plays Beth, a morally woke teen with the backbone of a Swift bridge and the sass of a Gen Z group chat. Critics are calling her performance raw, moving, and just the right amount of unhinged. And honestly, the whole thing sounds like Folklore met Euphoria and got staged in a black box theater with mood lighting. The play dives into those Taylor-coded themes like female rage, finding your voice in a world full of mansplainers, and telling society to go sit down. Well, you reinvent yourself, thank you very much. And get this, Strauss has been in the game since she was a kid, belting her heart out in Matilda, and now she's hitting the Broadway big leagues like a theater prodigy who grew up on Speak Now Deluxe editions. Meanwhile, over on the rock and roll battlefield, another Swifty-adjacent saga is hitting us straight in the nostalgia core, because the actual OG of music ownership drama, John Fogerty, just pulled a Taylor Swift, but in reverse and with more guitars and less glitter. This 80-year-old legend cracked open a bottle of bubbly on stage at the Hollywood Bowl like he was headlining a rock version of the Eras Tour Grandpa Edition, all to celebrate finally winning back the rights to his Creedence Clearwater Revival bangers after a legal battle that's literally older than half of Gen Z. This man's been through it. While Tay had Scooter Braun acting like the villain in a sparkly Lifetime movie, Fogerty was throwing lyrical punches at his own label boss decades before it was trendy. He literally dropped a diss track with a title so savage it had to be renamed when lawsuits came flying. And yes, the man got sued for plagiarizing himself. That's how wild the copyright wars were back then. But plot twist, he came out swinging, and now, after 50 years, he's got his songs back. That's not just a comeback, that's a revenge arc straight out of a biopic. And he's not just sitting on the rights like their vintage vinyl trophies. Nope. Fogerty's pulling a full-blown Fearless move and re-recording all the hits, except instead of heartbreak anthems, we're getting gritty Americana classics with a dash of still got it dad energy, and backup from his own sons, because this family really said, legacy but make it a jam session. At his Hollywood Bowl show, he played 18 CCR classics like he was trying to summon the ghost of Woodstock itself, and fans lost their collective minds. People in the crowd were apparently crying, dancing, and praying their knees hold out till the encore. Meanwhile, Anne Hathaway has officially entered her pop star meltdown but make it couture era with Mother Mary, a film that sounds like someone threw Taylor Swift, Lady Gaga, Charlie XCX, and a haunted sequin closet into a blender and hit drama. According to those who've peeped early details, Anne isn't just playing a pop icon, she becomes one, strutting through the chaos as a full-on Gaga-Swift hybrid. And no, not the calm folklore cardigan kind. Think more crying in designer heels while ghosting your tour. Energy. The story? She's a mega celebrity who's gone full burnout Barbie and ditches her world tour to go soul-searching with her long-lost BFF, played by none other than Michaela Cole, who may or may not be her ex depending on how spicy the script gets. LGBTQ plus fans are already manifesting sapphic tension harder than a Glee episode on Valentine's Day, and honestly, the trailer hasn't even dropped and we're all emotionally invested. As if that weren't unhinged enough, in a glorious way. The music for Mother Mary wasn't even written when Anne started filming. Yep, the woman was giving Oscar-worthy pop star meltdowns before the songs even existed. So Charlie XCX and Jack Antonoff watched her serve chaotic dance moves and said, cool, let's make this emotionally unhinged and sonically iconic. Apparently Anne was throwing limbs around like a possessed disco ball, which totally inspired the entire sound of her alter ego. Think glitter, angst, and possibly a key change that'll destroy your soul. In a good way. Oh, and let's not forget the cast is a fashion-forward fever dream. We've got Hunter Schafer, FKA Twigs, Kaya Gerber, and Michaela Cole all in one aesthetic buffet of eyeliner and emotional baggage. The film doesn't even have a release date yet, but the gays, the girls, and the emotionally damaged are ready. Meanwhile, in the ultimate crossover episode of NFL Meets The Notebook, insiders are buzzing that Travis might finally upgrade Taylor's ring collection with a sparkly new edition, not from Cartier but from Commitment. Yup, the streets are talking, and word is that a proposal is totally on the playbook. Just not yet. Apparently our tight end with a heart of gold is waiting to hang up his cleats before dropping to one knee, because nothing says romance like, I'm done dodging linebackers, let's get married. Sources say Travis almost pulled the trigger last Super Bowl, but since the Chiefs didn't snag the W, the ring stayed in the locker room. Now it's all eyes on 2025, Kelseys' maybe final NFL season, and if he retires, we might get a real-life love story sequel starring Mr. and soon-to-be Mrs. Tight End. Cue the Swifties refreshing Instagram like it's Ticketmaster on tour day. Of course, he's got to survive one more season of tackles, press conferences, and Taylor showing up in custom game day outfits that put every stadium wife to shame. The man's juggling touchdowns and timelines while the entire internet is planning their honeymoon in Lake Como. No pressure, Trav. And let's be real, if this engagement does happen, expect fireworks, a Vogue exclusive, matching tattoos, and possibly a ballad titled Kelseys version. Fans are already emotionally prepped for a proposal that'll shut down the internet faster than surprise album drops. The only thing Swifties love more than a metaphor-laced breakup anthem is a fairy tale ending with a 6'5" football prince. The countdown has officially begun, and if 2026 rolls around and there's no ring, someone might just re-release All Too Well out of protest. That's all for this video, folks. We'll see you next time.